Hello guys, welcome to my channel Maximum Math Games. The question of the day is I like to call this question as the Tom and Jerry problem. In how many ways can Tom go to Jerry while traveling only in the direction of the arrows? Alright, so if the arrow is in this direction, you cannot travel opposite to it. No, that is not allowed. Alright, now this may seem like a fun problem, but it is a very tactical problem. And the reason is this is a question of the chapter of permutation and combination. We like to call it as P and C. Alright, and the main challenge that the students face while solving this question is the handling of the enormous data that is available here. So this question will focus upon the data handling skills and you have to master that. The problem that most of the students face in this question is either they forget to consider one of the route possible or they consider one or two routes more than one time. So they do not get the exact answer, and that is always a problem while dealing with permutation and combination. Pause the video if you want to give this question a try and then resume the video when you want to check out the solution. And in the meantime, those of you who have not subscribed to this channel, please do so and press the bell icon so that you do not miss any of our videos in the future. Now let's look at the solution. So Tom in the first stage has only three possible cases. That is, Tom can either go to point A, or Tom can go to point E, or Tom can go to point B. Now we will solve this question in layers. That is, when Tom is at point A, now let us see what other possibilities that does he have. From A he has only one option, that is either go to C or go to D. From C he can either go to G or straight away go to Jerry. When Tom is at D point, he has one option only, and that is go to G, and that will further take him to Jerry. And similarly here also final position will be Jerry. So the above route is mostly covered. When Tom goes to E, now he has two options. Tom from E point, Tom can either go to point H or Tom can straight away go to Jerry. From H again, the only possibility is to go to Jerry. Now when Tom is at B point, now he has two options. From B he can go to E, and from B he can go to F. From E again possibilities are E to H, E to Jerry, and E to straight away Jerry. From F he has only one option available, that is F to H, and from H to Jerry. Now when Tom is at Jerry, then that is going to be the final position. Alright, and you don't need to move any further because the question was that Tom has to go and meet Jerry, and this is his final destination, that is he has reached his friend. Alright, now let us consider the number of ways. So to be able to do that, let's see how we can solve this. Now if you look at the diagram over here, Tom can go to A in how many ways? Two number of ways. Similarly, Tom can go to E in how many ways? Two ways. Tom can go to B in how many ways? One way. And this is exactly what we are going to write over here. Tom can go to A in two number of ways. Tom can go to E in two number of ways. And Tom can go to B in one number of ways. Now, simply what we are going to do is, whatever we have to write here, we are just going to replicate it at this place. I hope you can understand what I am doing right now. Alright. Similarly, the last leg of the question from B to E is 2. So we are going to write 2 here. from E to H 3, H to Jerry 2, E to Jerry 3, B to F 3, F to H 4, and finally H to Jerry 2. Now, since the data has been handled, now the main concern is to solve for the number of cases. Now, to understand the number of cases, let us consider the case when Tom goes from, let's suppose Tom goes from, first of all, Tom goes to point A, then let us consider Tom goes to point D, then to G, and then to Jerry. So if we have seen this diagram, then we have to be able to replicate it here. That is, Tom goes to point A, then goes to D, then goes to G, and then goes to Jerry. Alright. Similarly, one more example for you. Let us consider the case when Tom goes to point B, then again from B to E, and then from straight away from E to Jerry. That is, Tom goes to B, then from B he goes to E, and from E he straight away goes to Jerry. Alright, so you see that all the possible cases of this diagram have been covered over here. Alright, now all we need to do is we need to solve for the answer. Now if we have taken this route, that is the pink route, then the number of ways will be 2 into 3 into 2 into 3. What we are using is the basic concept of the law of multiplication in the chapter of permutation and combination. Alright, so 2 into 3 into 2 into 3, we get 36 in this case, we get 8 in this case. Similarly, I'm just doing the calculation now, nothing to be afraid of, it's a very simple procedure. 12, 6, 12, 6, 24, and hence we can see that the final answer will be the sum of these numbers, that is 12, 8, 36, 12, 6, 12, 6, and 24. I hope you have understood, and hence the final answer will be equal to the sum of all the numbers mentioned here, and that comes out to be equal to 116. So there are 116 number of ways in which Tom can reach his friend Jerry. Alright, I hope that you have understood this question and that you will be able to solve any such question in the future without worrying about the amount of data that needs to be handled. Alright, thank you.